So we come into the third and final season of the Middlesbrough Back to Prem project, and we'll have to see how we get on. And we're starting with a game against Southampton, and a pretty tough start to the season. Let's go and have a look, shall we? So we'll get into the game, and we start against Southampton. Then we've got Wolves, who have always beaten us, and they've signed Jesse Lingard. Then we've got Chelsea. Then we've got the EFL Cup second round that we don't know yet, and then we've got Brentford. So that'll be the first month, and then Watford, Arsenal, Fulham. So I think what we're going to do is come back after this Fulham game and see how we are getting on in the league. Now, for those that haven't watched the last episode, which is the transfer special, please go and watch it. Highlights just for you. We signed Jose Perez on deadline day, Ricardo Rodriguez on deadline day, Moises Kean for 54 million, Nicol Mora from Dynamo Zagreb, Joel Pereira from Newcastle as a backup goalkeeper, Montiel as a right back, Holding as a centre back, Broya was on a free, and Matthew Smith was on a free as well. They're youngsters that we're never really going to see play. But yeah, go and check it out. We'll be back to see how it's going on. The dynamics wise, everyone's very, very happy. Hierarchy wise, we've got quite a lot of support. A bit more than what we ended last season with. We've had a good chat with the players. Everyone's happy. They're disappointed that we're not playing defensively solid football. I don't know the criteria to what actually figures this out, because again, we haven't really scored from set pieces, and they're delighted with it. So I'm not really too sure about that. But finances wise, before we get into the season, we have 27 million in the bank. That's only going to go up. We are overspending on wages by 27,000. I don't know if we can adjust. Oh, we can adjust it again, so we might as well just chuck it all into that. And then when we get a bit more money in January, by this will go up because of all the TV licensing and stuff. If we have loads of money in January, I might ask for a bit more funds. But we'll see what happens. We'll be back after the Fulham game at the end, when September ends. If you've seen the previous episode, you'll understand what I mean by that. But we'll see you then. So we're at the beginning of October / end of November. No, September is months. Months are difficult, people. Months are difficult. And it's going pretty well. We're in 7th in the Premier League. We started off to an absolute flyer. 6-1 win against Southampton. Some wonderful goals, including debut goals for Montiel and Rodriguez. Both wing-backs getting on the score sheet, which is impressive. And Ryan Brewster grabbing a hat-trick, which is great. 2-0, we beat the curse of Wolves. We beat them 2-0. Brewster and Perez getting the goals. Perez coming on for courage and getting himself on the score sheet, which was very nice. Then we went with Chelsea visited us and we beat them 3-1, really easy. Brem Diaz, Montiel and Keane getting the goals, and then it all went a bit wrong. I made 11 changes for the game at Grimsby, still picked a team that should have won, and we lost on penalties, which was really frustrating with Moise Keane, Coric and Vallejo missing their penalties. Oh, really, we went 1-0 up and then 4 minutes later they equalised. Joel Pereira made a good save, but their striker got on the rebound. We followed that up with a 2-1 loss to Brentford, which was terrible. Moise Keane nearly rescued it for us at the end. He scored and then hit the post. 3-3 at Watford. A disappointing scoreline, but in the turn of events, a very good game. So Watford went 3-0 up inside 10 minutes. 3-1 up, sorry, because we actually scored first. And then with 3 minutes to go and injury time, we managed to get an equaliser. Moise Keane ran through, keeper saved it, rebound hit the post, and then he put the second rebound in the net in the 92nd minute. So that was good. Arsenal, we lost 2-0. They're really, really good. Arsenal, Lacazette and Aubameyang got the goals. And we've just played Fulham for a 3-2 win, which was very nice. So Mitrovic put them 1-0 up. We then got an equaliser with Diaz on the half-time. Came out of half-time absolutely flying. 46 minutes, Moise Keane gets us the 2-1 lead. Mawson scores from a header from a corner. And then Abel Ruiz scores a minute later to make it 3-2. And we hold on for the win, which was very, very good. In terms of the squad appearances, quite a few people haven't missed a game other than the League Cup game, so they're all on 7. Goals wise, Moise Keane leads the way with 5 in 4, sort of thing. He's just on fire. He's brilliant, worth the money so far. 4 goals for Ryan Brewster, 2 for Rodriguez, 2 for Diaz and 2 for Montiel as well, so the wing backs are contributing quite a lot. In terms of assists, Brian Diaz 4 from the deep line playmaker role, Montiel 3 from wing back, Rodriguez 2 from wing back, Ruiz and Moise Keane on 2 as well. Best player so far, Montiel is up there as well as Diaz and Keane, as you would expect, but I'm very, very happy with how it's going at the moment. Yeah, up in 7th. We did technically go first. We were first there, but I don't know why it didn't register, because did it put Man City first? No. Because of our win against Southampton, we went top. I don't know why it's not showing there. That's very interesting, because we were definitely top in the first week of the season. Who's it going to put? I wish you could just put like select all. No one was top of the league. Okay, I don't believe that. Third, first. Yeah, no one was top. So we went top, right? We went top there, and possibly there, because we still hadn't lost. So I don't know how it can say no one was top for the first 3 games, but we definitely were. So you've got to take my word for it. We played very, very well. We still got a game in hand, so a win still puts us up to above Everton in 5th and only 2 points off the Champions League spaces, believe it or not, which is absolutely crazy. Moise Keane has just won Player of the Month and Young Player of the Month in the same month. We're doing really well, but we've got a tough run of fixtures coming up now. Tottenham, Burnley should be okay, but then we've got Man City, Everton, both the teams are above us. Villa, then we've got Liverpool, who are very good. And then just before January, we have Man United, Leicester and Man City, which is absolutely mental. But we'll come back after that Leeds United game at the end of November to see how we're getting on. So as we get to the end of November, it's been a magnificent run still. We beat Tottenham 1-0, Moise Keane getting the goal, but also picking up a really bad injury, put him out for 3 months. We beat Burnley 2-1, a double from Ryan Brewster. Got us the win, Troy Deeney with a consolation on the 80th minute. A 1-1 draw away at Man City, and that's because they got it in the last minute. I went very defensive, and the bloody match engine screwed me over with a 93rd minute equaliser by Bernardo Silva. We were superb in that game, and we followed that with a 4-0 comfortable drubbing of Everton. Really good, actually. All the players are playing really well at the moment. Villa, we won 2-0 away from home, both wing-backs scoring. Liverpool, a 0-0 draw. Really happy with that, because they're near the top of the table. Bournemouth, we capitulated, 3-1 loss, absolutely dreadful. And Leeds, we've just beaten a team that came up with us 2 years ago. They came up with us, didn't they? 2 seasons ago. After the first season, they came up with us. We beat them 3-2 away from home, thanks to a goal from Anthony Dijksteel, who hasn't really featured too much, but he's scored in one of the 2 games he's played in. So, yeah, it's very, very useful indeed. Annoyingly, I'm really annoyed we lost to Bournemouth, because we drew with Man City, drew with Liverpool, beat everyone else. So losing to Bournemouth was a real kick in the teeth, but it is lining us up nicely. 5th in the league, absolutely unbelievable. We've played an extra game, but 30 points from 15 is really good for us. If we had beaten Bournemouth, we would have been joint. We would have gone second, joint on points of Liverpool. So it is a little bit annoying that that hasn't happened, but it is going very, very well. So again, a quick check at the stats. Nathan Wood, Rob Holding, Montiel and Randolph all playing 15. Coric and Diaz on 14. And then 13, Ruiz and Rodriguez. And then a lot of people not in double figures yet. Goals-wise, 7 for Brewster. He's doing it again this year. 6 for Keane. As I said, he's out for probably, I think it's another month. Oh no, 5 days. So he should be just in the new year probably. And then 3 for Rodriguez, Diaz, Montiel. And 2 for Ruiz, Nathan Wood and Ashley Fletcher. And then 1 all along there and 0 for a lot of other people. And then assists, Ruiz and Diaz both on 5. Rodriguez and Montiel on 4. Nathan Wood from centre-back on 3. And so is Eric Barty on 2 from centre-back. And Rob Holding as well. So everyone's sort of pitching in. But as you can see, really good average ratings happening. 7.5 for Moise Keane. He's going to be great this season. Hopefully, he can stay injury-free for the second half of the season. And we can get him banging the goals in. Ricardo Rodriguez on a 7.36. Montiel on a 7.35. Nathan Wood on a 7.226. Along with Ryan Brewster. So lots of good performances happening. It is going well. Finances-wise, 28 million in the bank. I've just asked for some more money. They said no. I'll ask again in January. Club vision-wise, they're happy with everything. It's great. We're playing a high-tempo pressing football. We're playing that. They're good with that. We're scoring from set pieces. Makes a massive difference having Ricardo Rodriguez in, because he takes corners and stuff and they're good deliveries. Apparently we are playing defensively solid football now, even though nothing's really changed. I guess we're conceding less is what they want. We haven't signed players over the age of 30. We've signed players under the age of 23. We're sort of playing possession football, but not really. And we are developing players using the club's youth system, apparently. We're working within the wage budget-ish. We're not really... So that doesn't matter because this is our last season at the club. But, yeah, we're doing really well. We got knocked out of the EFL Cup to Grimsby. Did I mention that? I must have mentioned that in the last bit of this episode. Obviously, I'm playing all these games, so I do forget some things. But, yeah, we'll come back to see, well, how can we get another draw against Man City? I guess that would be good. But we'll be back just before the January transfer window to wrap up the first half of the season. And we'll see you then. And we see out this first episode of the third and final season with a disappointing 2-0. Well, I say disappointing. They were a much better team. We got a man sent off at the end of the first half. They came out and bossed us in the second. We beat Crystal Palace 2-0, which was decent. 1-1 draw with Norwich. Not the best. We needed a last-minute equaliser. 1-1 draw with Man United. A penalty got us equaliser. A 1-1 draw with Leicester. A last-minute equaliser. And then the 2-0 loss to Man City. So we have a few things going on in the squad. Boya Morel is pissed off that he's not playing very much. So we've put him on he's asked to be transfer listed. And we're going to try and get around about 20-ish million for him is what I want. If we're going to sell him to another Premier League team, that's the sort of price I want them to pay. According that we bought him in for 7.5, that would be pretty decent. So I'm happy with that. Obviously Ruiz, Brewster, Ashley Fletcher and Moise Keane are doing the business for us up front, so he's not getting much of a look in there. But if we look at stats, so 20 appearances, Nathan Wood, Rob Holding and Darren Randolph all leading the line for most appearances. Goals wise, still 8 for Ryan Brewster, 6 for Moise Keane, 5 for Ricardo Rodriguez, free kicks and penalties obviously coming into that, 4 for Abel Ruiz and 3 for Brahim Diaz and Montiel as well. So assists, Abel Ruiz with 6, Brahim Diaz with 5, Rodriguez with 4, Montiel with 4. And then 3 centre-backs up there as well, 3-3-2, Moise Keane with 2 and Lewis Wing with 2 as well. So it has been a very good half to the final season of this save. We're up in 5th, we're 5 points off 4th and we're 2 points ahead of 6th. So it's been pretty good. We've been pretty stable as well, pretty constant in this top 5 of the table, which is good. Really good to see. In terms of the club, they're still very happy with everything. Apart from now developing players using the club's youth system, they're now very disappointed. But I'm not too fussed about that. And the club info, so I haven't been through this for a while. So obviously this is me. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of the stats. Oh, hang on. In terms of the attributes we've got. So if we look at attributes, yeah, we're not doing too badly on them. Fry is the captain, Randolph's vice, and Brewster is our key player on loan from Liverpool. So you'd expect after this sort of season, they'd probably give him a chance of their own, but we won't be here to find out. And just to let you know, Derek Preston is our highly rated key potential player. So it's been very good. I still don't think we've made it onto favoured personnel. No, we haven't, which is a bit of an annoyance if you think how we've done. The only other thing I thought about when I was going through this, by the way, we were predicted to finish 17th and we're up in 5th, so we're doing very well, is that we're never going to see any of the derbies, because when we went up, Newcastle got relegated and Sunderland were never in our division. So they actually got promoted the year that were they with us last year? No, they weren't. Yeah, they would have got promoted the year that we went up as well. So yeah, no Weir Tees derby or Tyne Tees derby. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, but I'm sure we'll live without it. So we'll be back to go through January and the January transfer window in the next episode, the second episode. And then there's a little bit of a change, so obviously we're not going to have a transfer window after this one. The third episode of the third season will probably be the end of the season, and then a quick recap of everything we've done and how it went. But it does look like, touch wood, that we are going to finish the back to Prem save by leaving Middlesbrough quite well off in the Premier League, so that's good. But tune in for episode 2 and I'll see you then. Cheers. Like, subscribe and go and check out these wonderful videos as well. Cheers.